Yeah, because I still cannot see it in the.
I can't see the post.
Yeah, I cannot.
Only see the pin post and
Oh, I see it
posted.
now.
Do you
See
see
it
it
now.
then? Oh, I got to refresh then.
Perfect. Right.
Yeah. I can see now. Hey, let me share. Share.
Yeah, it's there on the page. You can,
Yeah, I saw it now.
Perfect. Perfect.
Good, good.
yeah.
Okay, we are live.
All right, just hang on a second. I'll just.
Yeah, the video is a bit delayed. Yeah,
Is
Yeah,
it?
there is a delay.
it's always like this because when you go live.
Yeah.
All right, so if we can start, the both of you guys ready?
Yeah, but can anyone hear us?
I
All right,
think
so
so. Yeah.
let's just wait for some feedback from our audiences who are tuned in live onto Jab Asia Sports Facebook platform as we get prepared to speak to two prolific figures in the Southeast Asian boxing
That's
scene.
good.
Okay,
Share it too.
okay,
Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, I'm sharing all.
Perfect.
okay. So if we can start now,
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
let's see. Let's just check to see first number of audiences that we have. Right, so we have 8 people who tuned in so far.
Perfect.
Okay, perfect. All right, so let's not waste any time. Let's get to the show itself. The time now is 7 o'clock, as promised to all of our audience and viewers, live from Jab Asia Sports. This is our Facebook page. Jab Asia Sports is a sports media news reporting entity. We cover combat sports and also rising events that are taking place here in Asia. And once again, thank you for joining us for the inaugural Boxing Beat Talk Show with myself, Anil.K, international boxing ring announcer. And we're streaming once again live from Jab Asia Sports. And although many boxing arenas around the world have been silenced due to the pandemic, there's still plenty of talk about the sport we love, especially when boxing is slowly making its recommencement back here in Asia. Since the pandemic broke out, most of the much awaited pay-per-view shows and championship fights, and even Olympic glory, have all come to a halt, has put the dreams and aspirations of professional and amateur boxers to a standstill. And everyone has to wait. But as boxing gradually recovers from a so-called mandatory standing 8 count that the boxing world has suffered right now, um, as the saying goes, tough times call for tougher decisions. Some of the quotes for people who see the silver lining in any crisis, and when the going gets tough, the tough gets going. And tough measures, as I said, tougher times call for tougher measures. And there's only tough men and wise men who see opportunities in times of crisis. And in this case, it's none other than our promoters who are responsible for boxing's slow yet steady repatriation to back to where it belongs, which is obviously in our arenas and also in the heart of fans. So with us on the show today, we have two interesting guests who need very little introduction within the boxing scene. But for the benefit of our audience and our viewers who just tuned in, I will briefly introduce both of our guests are on the show today. So first, we have the CEO of Nakhon Promotions, who's also presently promoting and managing multiple world super flyweight world champion from Thailand, and he's also the owner of the boxing broadcast network WP Boxing. We have on the show from Thailand, Bank Thianchai Pisatwutina. Welcome to the show, Bank.
Thank you, thank you so much, Anil, and good evening, everyone. Like all the fans that are with us today. It's my honor to be with you guys.
It's an honor to have you in the show as well, Bank. Thanks.
Thank you.
And of course, I have a four-time WBC Asia Promoter of the Year. He recently also made his mark as a WBC Hero of the World with his outstanding contributions for society in times of the pandemic. Plus, one thing notably that is noteworthy of mentioning now, he is by far the only boxing promoter who has promoted four WBC titles in a single event. I have with me on the show today, Alexander King. Welcome to the show, Alex.
Hey, thank you, Anil. Thank you very much. Thank you for the invitation for me and Bang, and we are truly honored to be in the what we can say podcast. So thank
More
you
like
very much.
more of a Facebook show, Facebook
Yeah,
live show.
Facebook show, yeah. This is like a promoter's face-off,
Virtual face-off. Virtual
virtual
face-off. Yeah.
face-off. Yeah,
Virtual face
that's
off.
it.
Yeah.
So, as most of us are aware of, and some of us aren't aware of, for the benefit of everyone, this Saturday, the Thai boxing scene will witness yet another main event featuring former WBC super flyweight champion Sri Sakit Sorongwisai of Thailand go up against Jomar Fajardo of the Philippines in an 8-round non-title contest live from the WorkPoint Studios in Bangkok, Thailand. And also not to forget the co-main, which will have a Russian contender who's earned his way up to the ranks here in Thailand, challenging for the WBC APCO lightweight title against its reigning champion, the undefeated Thai Apichet Pechmani. You can catch the event live on Thailand's WorkPoint Television and also via the WP Boxing Facebook page. Now, before we go into the event itself, just an opportunity for our promoters to briefly introduce themselves and tell our audience a little bit more about how life has been for you since the pandemic has struck. Maybe we can start off with you, Alex, first.
Yeah, well, thank you very much. Well, as you know, we are now going through the pandemic of the COVID-19, where a lot of top and big or small boxing events have been postponed. And for me, Evolution Fight Series, we have postponed most of our shows this year. But we managed to organize one small event for the WBC female title, which is I think last month in Bangkok. It was just a small closed door event, and it was successful. Where our female boxer from Kazakhstan won the fight, was crowned the new WBC Asia female champion. But for now, I think things are going a bit slow, but thankfully in Bangkok right now, where you can see a lot of Muay Thai fights, and now WP boxing fights are going on. So I think it will pick up slowly, and hopefully will go on throughout the year.
And Bank, your take on this, Bank.
Yeah. So yeah, a little bit about myself. So as Anil kindly introduced, with Nakhon Promotion. So we have been in the business for many decades now. Started by my dad, and right now we are promoting many boxers. Like the top guy would be in the main event in our Saturday event, which is Srisaket Sorongwisai, who's the 2 times former WBC world champion and the ring champion. And one of our main programs that we have been doing for the past few years is this program which we are having this Saturday, which is WP Boxing. And because of the pandemic, we had to stop the events. Right? Normally, you would have like one event per month, but we had to stop since I think like the first event we did was in March, and then after that we had to March, and then we had to stop for around 4 months without any activities. So it was a difficult time for us for sure, but it was also for the boxers and all the like combat sport fighters, and I would say like all athletes around the country and around the world. But fortunately, we were able to come back and start the activities again since 2-3 months ago. So we have been doing shows for TV without any audience. It's a closed door event for 3 events already, and this one tomorrow would be our 4th one. So yeah, very excited for it.
Wow, great, great for that. So, Bank, now let me just follow through about what you just mentioned earlier. Now, of course, March saw the resumption of boxing. You guys began with your show. Tell us more about some of the contingencies and what were the aspects that you had to look into before you were able to kickstart another event. As we know, promoters around the world are thinking of innovative ways, and it doesn't only limit itself to boxing. We see that, with Eddie Hearn having his boxing bubble, the backyard of his
Right.
home, and the NBA recently adapting to that same formula as well, where they keep their athletes in a bubble and they're quarantined before they get to perform, and then right after the event, they're quarantined as well. So these are
Yeah.
some of the innovative ways owners of sports properties or
Mhm.
live sports events like Matchroom are taking in terms of precautions. What are some of the things that you have given thought of that you think may be beneficial for other promoters who are still unsure of how they can make a break back to resume boxing back into their business, into their demographic? What do you think?
Yeah, great question. Great question. So, basically from our side, right? So the Sport Authority of Thailand, which is like a part of the Thai government agencies, they came up with this guideline, which is very thorough and complete, I would say, of how we can organize boxing and Muay Thai events and also like other sports events, right? And basically we follow that guideline very strictly in terms of doing COVID tests for all the boxers, in terms of limiting number of people that could be in the studio, in terms of all the measures, right? How we make sure that everyone keep their social distancing. The judges have to stay like 2 meters from the ring, and then we have like this like protection booth for the judge,
Yeah.
and all of these stuff, right? So we follow the guidelines and make sure that the show is safe for everyone. But yeah, we just have to continue with the activities so that I think first of all the fans can get to see the fights, and I think secondly, and also very importantly, the boxers can have activities and get back into fighting again.
Mm. Speaking of boxers now, obviously Thailand doesn't have a boxing scene which is a high concentration of elite boxers as opposed to the UK or in the United States or America, where we have noticeably seen that elite boxers, as much as we thought elite boxers wouldn't suffer a major impact from the pandemic, the elite boxers are the ones who are actually suffering because the value of their contracts are much more higher than the guys who are maybe fighting for 10 grand or less than that on the show.
Right.
How has that been significant in Thailand, especially? Because as far as I can think of, apart from Sri Saket, are there any other blue chip boxers in Thailand? And how has, in general, the Thai boxing promoter fraternity dealt with this situation?
Um, so I think all the boxers got impacted, right? And I think the biggest challenge is that they don't get to fight, like regardless of how big the purse that they get for each fight. Most of the boxers are dependent on the purse for the fight to support their family and so on, right? So without fights, boxers and also Muay Thai fighters, they have been struggling quite a lot. But in many camps in Thailand, including ours, we take care of our boxers. So during the pandemic, during the peak of it, for the past I would say like 4 or 5 months, we take care of our boxers. We make sure that they have a place to live. We make sure that they are comfortable with their lives and don't have to like suffer too much, right? But it's still difficult for them because because they normally when they have fights they would earn like purse and then they could send that back to their family. So we help them as much as we can, and also we get support from other organizations such as WBC help with some of our boxers and I think Sport Authority of Thailand they helping a bit with some of the boxers and the Muay Thai fighters. Well,
Okay, good. Great to know that WPP Boxing and Kun Luang is doing its part to lend a
mm,
hand to our fighters, especially in times of Great Depression. Um, so, Alex, moving on over to you. As we know, you recently have been awarded with the WBC Heroes of Humanity Award for your contributions to our society, especially for being a voluntary frontliner in fighting
Yep.
the battle against the corona pandemic. Now, what do you think are some of the important takebacks that you think that you could have learned from your experiences that during that stint that you think could be adapted by the boxing world if the boxing world wants to be continuously resilient in promoting boxing?
Well, yeah, throughout the my few months of being a frontliner, what I learned is that we can implement several things in the medical side of the boxing. Yeah, in terms of fighters need to be kept clean, to be kept clean.
Mhm.
Um, in terms of washing their hands, uh, sanitize their equipment, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, because you never know. I mean, if you go to a boxing gym, there's a lot of people sharing things like the heavy bags. Yeah, sometimes people share a glove. Yeah, the most important thing if you go to a gym, bring your own glove, bring your own equipment. And always keep clean because a lot of bacteria and viruses are all over. So
So it's always essential to remain
yes,
sanitized.
correct. Yeah. So it's very important nowadays to keep clean. We never know, when it's the next virus, what kind of virus are there. So just keep clean.
Right. Okay. Interesting. This is these tough times have actually
Yeah.
given the boxing world a
Even
major impact, especially.
even myself, I couldn't live without a hand sanitizer. I'll bring hand sanitizer everywhere I go nowadays. Yeah. Before we don't care about any hand sanitizer, but now we got to bring these small bottles, put it in the pocket, and use it from time to time.
yeah.
Right. Right. Good take back.
Yeah.
Now, one other thing that has been uh, sort of bugging the minds of many promoters is obviously revenue. A boxing show sustains on revenue. You have to
Yeah.
make at least a substantial amount of profit to barely even break even in order to come back again with another show. And we know with broadcast and ticket sales being the primary source of revenue for a sport, and it was obvious right before the pandemic in major sport events. I think Bank can attest to that with his involvement in shows in the U.S. Some gates can fetch between 7 to 8 figures just with its gate collection and pay-per-view sales, plus ad money. But now, since the pandemic, most sponsors and that ad spend has just shifted towards a different avenue, and boxing is slowly losing its financial gain. How do you think promoters, Bank, I'll start off with you. How do you think promoters, or what are the options for, what are suggestions do you think you can give promoters if they were to look at some innovative measures to find a substitute for the revenue that they would need? Not so much to make profit, but at least to sustain, to be able to come back again for another show. That's the biggest. I mean, we have promoters who are fortunate enough,
Mm,
and that is also because of their credentials. And I can coach you in that case, for putting together such great shows throughout these years that you have a television deal, but you have other promoters who would want to get involved in the sport of in the business of promoting. But obviously, yeah, ticket sales is a big thing because you can't have
right.
live audiences.
Yeah.
What do you think? Some of your suggestions? How do you think we can? How do you think the boxing world can tackle this issue?
Um. Yeah. I don't think there's any easy answer for that, and everybody is struggling with this thing right now in the boxing world, including honestly like myself, and I think everyone, right? All the promoters around the world, including all the top promoters, because it's a tough time for everyone, not only for boxing, but for every sport and also almost every businesses in the world. So I think we have to constantly try to be innovative and try the best we can, right? Like what you said, some of the promoters, we are very fortunate that we have TV deals, we have like really good partners. Um, M150 is our partner for a long time, and they are supporting us during like this difficult time. So we really appreciate that. Um, but for some events, we might have like some promoters have to rely on the ticket sales, and that would not even be possible right now, right? So yeah, it's yeah, I don't think I have like easy answer of like how can we just like turn the situation around and like make profits or grow the sport at this moment. Um, I think like two main things that I think about right now, right, is first of all, like how can we survive this period of time? That's the first step, right? If
Yeah.
we look at the business as a whole, how can we make sure that first as a promotion we can survive, and second, our boxers, right? How can they go through this time, right? So I think if we can make sure that the company can survive, the second thing that we have to look at is how can we make sure that boxers are active, boxers can continue their career, even though we as promoters we might have to not making profit or even like lose money for the next few months or even this year and next year. I think it might be the necessary step to do um, in order to make sure that we just keep our fighter active and continue with their career. And I think that's the thing. And after we can take care of those two things, what like at least for us, what we are trying to do, even though the situation is not so good, um, I think we try to like make sure that we can give the fans the best fights, the most entertaining events that we can, even though like the conditions of the market is not allowing us to even like grow the business revenue wise. But I think we just have to like keep on pushing and making sure we can deliver like the best content, the best events, the best fights for the fans, so that we can keep boxing in the mind of the fans, right? We cannot just like cut down everything and wait like for a few years until everything return to normal. And if we just like try to get back a few years from now, the fans might be gone already. And I think maybe this would lead to the event tomorrow, right? That's why we are very fortunate to be able to work together and collaborate with Alex and Evolution Fight Series to get Mushek, right, who is a really good fighter, right, really good fighter at 140 and 135 pounds, to fight one of our
135.
best, yeah, 135, and we are very fortunate to get him to fight with one of our best boxer at WP Boxing, which is Appreciate, right? And I really think that this fight tomorrow will be a really good fight for all the fans. So these are type of the fights that we try to deliver to the fans, and um and yeah, and I have been trying to work with uh other promoters, I like Alex or other promoters in Thailand to give like the fan the best fights. So I think all in all, we try to do our best in the situation, even though the
Yeah.
situation is not ideal.
So three things to keep in mind is that if a promoter wants to sustain and remain relevant during these tough times in the business of boxing is number one, always keep the sport in mind. Number two, keep the fighters in mind. And number three, keep the fans in mind. So
Right.
boxing, boxers, and fans. So these are the three
Yes.
important things.
Right.
Alex, your thoughts on this, Alex?
Well, for me, uh, like what I've seen around the world, starting with the United States. If you notice that they are very innovative. Okay, starting with
If I may just,
yeah,
interrupt you a little bit, I remember a couple of days ago, Alex, you posted up on your Facebook of how LCD panels were placed around an arena and fans
yes,
could
correct.
pay for their faces televised or really projected on those LCD panels, and they would get a chance to be showcased on live
Correct.
TV. Yeah,
Yes,
but how?
that's
Yeah,
called
yeah,
the virtual fans.
virtual
Yeah,
fans. Yeah.
yeah. So what they do is that they did the arena. Yeah, they installed this huge LCD screen or LED screen on the. They replaced the bench, the grandstand with LCD screen. Yeah, where you can see each and every individual fans live. Yeah, what they do is that the fans sign up. Uh, I think they paid for the to be live. Yeah, it's similar to pay-per-view. Yeah, instead of the fans going to the arena, so you can see the fans in the arena with an LED a screen. That is very innovative. Yeah, the NBA have done that. The WWE wrestling is doing that now. So I hope boxing promoters can implement this innovation towards boxing.
So probably Alexander King and Bank Thianchai can work on this in the next WP boxing show. So now that we're done with technology in boxing and the state of boxing, let's get to the fight itself, which is
Yes,
tomorrow.
sir.
So
Yeah.
as mentioned, so we have Srisake Sorungvisai, multiple WBC super flyweight champion, who will be going up against Yomar Fajardo of the Philippines, and of course the co-main event is Moshe Garoyan, who goes up against the undefeated Thai WBC APCO lightweight champion Apicit Pachmani. Before we talk about the fight itself, we know a couple of hours ago the weigh-in was held, and Bank, you had the privilege of being there. We saw some very beautiful pictures of you in the midst of those fighters. Although they could have been, although more distance could have been maintained between those fighters. They were a little too
Yeah.
close. Tell us about the weigh-in. Tell us a little bit more about the weigh-in. How did it go, Bank?
It was great. It was great. Yeah, we are still during the pandemic time, so we could not have like a big like weigh-in event or anything, but we had a good number of reporters and press and the team, right, at the event, at the weigh-in today, and and I think it will be like exciting event tomorrow, especially the fight between Apichet and Mushek, because when it was there, right, like this they are at almost the same size, right?
Right.
The two boxers are at almost the same size. Their body built are the same. They look very focused and very determined. And and I feel like the intensity between them, right? So I think it would be a great fight because not every time that we match up for boxing fights that we have like boxers who are at similar level, right? If we talk about body size, weight, even their record, right? Mushek is 7 win, 1 loss. Yeah,
7-0.
100% KOs. That's super intimidating. And the Pichet is 6-0, right? So their level of experience is also very close as well. So I think it'll be a really good fight.
Alex, what can we expect from tomorrow's fight between Mushak and Apichat?
Well, first of all, I would like to thank Bang and also with the whole of WP Boxing for giving us the opportunity to go into this fight against the current WBC Asia Upco lightweight champion. When Bang approached me and asked about Mushik and have the idea of matching them up, I was a bit shocked, and I told Bang, Abhijit is your superstar, you know, your current champion, and it'll be a very slight chances for us to maybe win. But I've talked to the team, I've talked to my team and to my manager Nazar Moros, who is handling Mushik. So we decided to take up the challenge. So it is a great honor for us to be in WP Boxing event tomorrow, and the guy Mushik have been training even before. He's been continuing training before being offered the fight. So he's been keeping 100% himself to prepare for any fight that is coming through. So I can say that the chances are, at first I thought the chances are a bit slim, but when looking at his training performance, all that, I think we got a little bit more chance to go well in this fight, even though Abhijit is the current champion and also fighting in his own home ground. But we'll give a good battle tomorrow. Yeah, hopefully.
I think when it comes to home ground advantage, Moshek is no stranger as well, because home essentially is Thailand for him. He is called Thailand home, I think, for ever since he began his pro career. It's always been in Pattaya and in Thailand. So I think
think
he's accustomed to
for
fighting in
Mushik,
Thailand.
his confidence is growing right now. When he beat the former WBC international champion Roy Muklis, I think many months ago, last year. So his confidence is growing up now. Yeah. So hopefully we can give a good fight against Apicit. But I mean, we have full respect for Apicit for being the champion. But yeah, we'll try our best tomorrow.
So straight
And
talk.
thank you to
Coach,
thank you to
Go
Alex
ahead,
and
go
the
ahead.
team as well. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I have to say thank you, Alex and the team as well for joining our WP boxing event. Like it's also our honor to have Mushek in the event, because like I know you said that Apichet is our star, and I really appreciate that. And on the other hand, right, we know that Mushek is your star as well for Evolution Fight Series. And in the boxing world today, it's not so often that we have like two rising star from two different promotions fighting in like a 50-50, almost like a 50-50 fight, right? So this has been quite rare in the boxing world today, especially in this side of the world, right? In Asia. So
And
I
what
think
really, sorry, and just to add, what has actually forced or coerced such changes in boxing is the pandemic, because it just forced fighters to just not dilly-dally and not play hardball and just take any fight that comes their way, because at times as such, getting a fight is a big deal. Let's face it, right? A lot of fighters out there who are just scouring their way through the entire boxing world trying to get a fight. So yeah, it's one thing good that I have realized that has come out of the pandemic is that boxers can no longer be, they're just forced to take up, and it gives the fans like me great opportunity to witness good fights. And yeah, as you mentioned, Apichet and Mushek is a 50-50 fight, and well, it's either Apichet's O has got to go, or Mushek adds another belt to his collection tomorrow.
yeah, and I think like we have to give the credits to both fighters as well, because it has been difficult time during the pandemic. Even though they have been training, it has not been like a proper camp for them, right? It's difficult to train properly.
Very difficult,
Yeah, so it's such an uncertain time, and it would be like an uncertain fight for both of them, because they are in like a new territory, right? Everything is different now. And the fact that they are willing to take like this 50-50 fight, I think it says a lot to both of the fighters, both Apichet and Mushek. And I think one last thing about this fight from my side is that it's going to be an important fight, very important fight for both of them, because Apichet is right now ranked number like 28 in the WBC World Ranking.
WBC,
and I have when I proposed this fight to the WBC Asia, they're very impressed with the matchup. They said that Mushik is such a great opponent for Apichet. It's going to be like a great matchup, great WBC APCO Asia title fight. So I think the winner will get quite a high ranking in the WBC World Ranking at 135, which is like a popular boxing division globally, right? So
yes.
yeah, and I think the winner will be highly ranked, and it's such a important opportunity for them to step out of this like crazy pandemic time with like high world ranking, and when like hopefully if everything returns to normal next year, they will come out with high ranking in the WBC, and they will get like even bigger opportunity in the next few months or next year. So I think it's a very important fight for both of them.
So, Bank, let's conclude that for the co-main event first. Your predictions over 10 rounds in this title fight. How do you think it'll go down?
Um,
Straight talk.
yeah, I don't know actually. I don't know actually. I think Mushek is very strong. He has 100% KO ratio, which is crazy. Like 7 wins, 7 KOs. He could win by KOs. Um, Apichet is very skillful. Even though he only fought like 6 fights professionally, but he has been on a Thai national team in amateur boxing. And in his 6 fights, he has been fighting against like tough guys. For example, Jonathan or Pinyo, who fought against Lomachenko and spent like 12 rounds with Lomachenko. So he's a tough guy, very skillful as well. I think there's a chance that Apichet would win by decision. But I think Mushek can pull out like a knockout win as well. So that's why it's so exciting.
So it's quality over quantity. Looking at the quality of opponents that Apichet has faced, Bank has made his prediction. Alex, your take on tomorrow's fight?
Well, when I look at Apichet, he reminds me of one guy that Mushik fought, if you remember, Anil, Patyot.
Padyot
Yeah.
Kujarun series.
Yeah, exactly. Look a bit the same, good body, good technique, good skill. Mushik lost that fight, you remember, in decision.
Yeah, Mushik lost that fight. Yes.
So after that fight, he's learned his lesson not to take things easy, because he took that fight thinking that it's an easy fight for him. So after that loss, his mindset is totally different. And what I can see coming up to this fight, even though we are considered the underdogs, yeah, but I totally I can't think of anything whether we will lose or win. So I'll just keep it at a low profile level, and we'll see tomorrow. So I can't predict anything.
Okay.
But when I met Mushek today, he was so confident. He looked
Yeah.
super fit. I think he trained really well. And I have been in boxing for so long, right? And at the weigh-in, when someone is very well prepared, when a boxer is well prepared and confident, you can just see, right? You meet them at the weigh-in and you see that they are very prepared, like mentally, physically, right? So I think he's at like 100%, and it's gonna be a great fight.
Yeah, I think he lost quite a number of weight during the training session leading to this fight. Yeah, so he's fighting at super lightweight, his natural weight. So when the offer came up, we had a big meeting. We said, just take the chance. So he agrees to take the chance. This fight is like a do or die. So this is an opportunity that doesn't come too often. So he's going to give it a good fight, and we'll see the best man win, and hopefully everything goes well tomorrow.
Yes. May the best man
All
win.
right. So it's vague certainty for Bank, and pretty much opportunity that is yet to be exploited for Alexander's fighter. So now that we have spoken in depth of the co-main event, let's get into the main event itself. Of course, a lot of people, our fans who are watching, would like to know about our pride and glory of Asia, one of the leading championship level fighters, elite fighters, Sri Sakit Sorong Visai. Bank, since you're the closest to Sri Sakit right now that I can ever get to, what are his thoughts on his approach on tomorrow's fight?
What are his thoughts about the opponent? I think he has been very focused in training for the past month, and I don't think he will take Fajardo lightly, right? And I think like this fight, so I would not pretend that this fight is close on paper. Sisake was one of the top pound for pound fighter like last year, right? And he's still like one of the boxing star globally. Fajardo is at a different level. So I would not pretend that it's on paper it's a close fight, but it's such an important fight for both of them because right now Siseket is a mandatory challenger for Juan Francisco Estrada, for the WBC world title. So he needs this win in order to get the rematch with Estrada and fight for the world title again, right? So it's such an important fight for him. He cannot make any mistake because if he lose tomorrow, then like this whole dream of becoming 3 times world champion will be gone. On the other hand, for Hado, right, even though his resume and profile is not at the same level as Siseket, but it's such a life change. It's going to be such like a life changing opportunity
A
for him.
life-changing opportunity for him.
It's just
Yes.
like in the movie Rocky, you know.
Rocky,
Yes,
yeah. For him to
exactly.
step into the ring with Siseket. Yeah.
Yes, and it's boxing. Anything can happen. So knock on wood. I really want Sisake to win and everything goes well. But we cannot take him lightly because it only take like 1 second for everything to change, right? And I think it's gonna be yeah, like I said, life changing opportunity for Fajardo. So I think he will fight the hardest that he can because it will mean that he would change his life and the life of his family forever if he can beat Sisake. So so yeah, it's gonna be an exciting fight, and I'll be nervous tomorrow as always because like our top guy is fighting and anything can happen in boxing.
Interesting, interesting. That's nice. So, Bank, we have large number of viewers who are tuning in to our show from Thailand. So, if we can just end this live session with a couple of words on how our viewers can tune in to watch tomorrow's show via social media or also on television. Maybe you can say a few words in English and also in Thai if you would like to.
Yes, for sure. So for the fans outside Thailand or the fans in Thailand who are listening, so tomorrow at 2 p.m. 2 how do I say it in English? 2:45 p.m. like around 3 p.m. Thailand time, which is
Quarter to
3
3.
quarter to 3 exactly. Thank you. Yeah, quarter to 3 Thailand time and quarter to 4 in Singapore time. Um, you can watch the event right on if you're in Thailand you can watch it on Workpoint channel number 23 and if you are outside right this time you can watch it on YouTube and also Facebook live as well. So on Facebook you can go to the page of WP Boxing, it'll be live there, and on YouTube you can watch it on Workpoint official YouTube channel. So you can watch it live anywhere in the world for tomorrow fight. It's going to be exciting. And in Thai ก็ครับผมสวัสดีครับแฟนมวยชาวไทยทุกคนนะครับวันนี้ก็ได้มาสัมภาษณ์กับคุณอนิลนะครับแล้วก็โปรโมเตอร์ของมูเชกนะครับผู้ท้าชิงของอภิเชษฐ์พรุ่งนี้นะครับอเล็กซานเดอร์นะครับผมซึ่งก็เราก็ได้คุยกันถึงไฟท์พรุ่งนี้นะครับผมก็ขออภัยด้วยที่การสัมภาษณ์ครั้งนี้เป็นภาษาอังกฤษเพราะว่าจะได้ให้แฟนมวยทั้งในต่างประเทศทั้งประเทศรัสเซียประเทศมาเลเซียประเทศสิงคโปร์นะครับผมที่เป็นแฟนมวยได้ชมกันครับแต่พรุ่งนี้ครับก็ชมกันได้ครับสำหรับแฟนมวยชาวไทยครับช่อง Workpoint 23นะครับเวลาบ่าย 2:45 นะครับผมแล้วก็ทาง YouTube ก็ได้ครับทาง Facebook ก็ได้ทาง Facebook ก็ Facebook ของ WP Boxing ครับผมหรือว่าทาง YouTube ก็เป็น YouTube Channel ของ Workpoint Official นะครับผมก็บ่าย 2:45 ครับเจอกันแน่นอนครับคู่รองเป็นการป้องกันแชมป์ WBC เอเชียครับรุ่น135ปอนด์ครับไลท์เวทระหว่างอภิเชษฐ์เพชรมณีกับผู้ท้าชิงที่น่ากลัวมากๆนะครับผมจากรัสเซียนะครับมูเชกนะครับผมซึ่งสถิติของมูเชกเนี่ยชนะ7 ครั้งชนะน็อก7 ครั้งแพ้แค่ครั้งเดียวผมว่าไฟล์นี้สูสีมากๆแล้วคู่เอกก็คือพี่แหลมศรีสะเกษของเราจะขึ้นอุ่นเครื่องกับนักชกฟิลิปปินส์ครับโตมาฟาฮาโดครับผมก็อย่าลืมครับพรุ่งนี้เจอกันครับบ่าย 2:45 ครับผม All right.
Thank you very much, Bank. And
Thank you.
now, Alex,
Thank you,
over
Anil.
to you. You're welcome. You're welcome. And Alex, over to you to say a few words to the Evolution Fight Series family and our loyal fans who have been following your show in Pattaya.
Okay, my Russian is not that good, so I will speak in English. Anyway, okay, just want to say thank you to the promoter WP Boxing and also Bang. Thank you to Abhichit for giving Mushik the a huge opportunity for this title fight, and the fans in Russia. I believe the Russian fans are also. I was told they will be tuning in to the fight because Mushik have a big followers of Russians and also Armenian fans is following him. So all of them will be rooting for him tomorrow live. And thank you to Anil, the man with the golden voice of Asia, for hosting this session today. And I hope everything will go as well tomorrow. And last but not least, I would like to say thank you to my manager Nazar Moros, who have been working very hard in preparing Mushik for this upcoming fight. And he'll be handling Mushik tomorrow with the whole team. And I hope all the best to Apichit and also Mushik and to the event promoters. All the best, and hopefully the best man win, and we'll see from there.
All right, so the final words from the CEO, founder, and promoter of Evolution Fight Series, Alexander King, 4 times WBC. Here. For those of you who are still loyal with us on this Jab Asia Sports live boxing beat show with Anil.K, I have Bang Thianchai Pisawutanan, CEO of Nakhon Promotions, as well as Alexander King, CEO of Evolution Fight Series, as we just in-depth spoke of tomorrow's main event fight between Trisakit Sarungasai and also Yomar Fayardo, and also tomorrow's co-main event featuring Evolution Fight Series' very own Moshe Gadoyan going up against the WBC APCO lightweight champion, who's also fighting under the Nakhon banner, Apichet Pechmane. All of our viewers can tune in for tomorrow's fight from 2:45 onwards. If it's on Facebook, you can log on to the platform WP. That's the letter WP space boxing, or you can even catch the stream live on YouTube via the WorkPoint YouTube channel, WorkPoint Official. So that's all we have for you today. This is our inaugural show, The Boxing Beat with Anil.K. Until we meet everyone again on another edition with more exciting boxing guests. Signing off. Happy weekend. Stay safe. Goodbye, guys.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone.